Well, saw them playing around town, and I asked if I could be a part of it, and they said yeah.
What other bands have you played with around town?
I played with South Street in the Books. I played with Cadillac Funk. Played with Bill Perry and his other ensembles, and just wherever anybody needs a guitarist or a vocalist or whatever.
Cool. Awesome. How about you, Zach? How'd you get hooked up with this group?
Well, it originated me, Bill Perry, and Charles were sitting at, I think it was called
the Cellar at the time.
Cellar at the time, yeah.
And we were all free on the weekend and said, hey, we should throw something together. We could do drums, piano, and saxophone and make probably a bill a piece. And we booked a gig at Ajax, and that night our former guitar player came and sat in, and Dee came in and saved us on some vocals.
Yeah, he kind of pushed the other rapper off stage.
And it kind of stuck. It was really good, and we decided, we played once or twice after that, and then kind of asked everyone the question if this is what we want to try and do, instead of the original idea of trying to make it what it had already been, and we stuck with it.
So did you just walk in on that first night, laid down some rap?
Yeah. It was more of I've been trying to get with Bill and actually Charles and Zach for a long time around Oxford, and happened to run into them their inaugural night at Ajax, and they asked me to get on the mic, and I did, and it was kind of magic, and here we are now. So actually, our 1-year anniversary is coming up here soon, so I'm kind of glad I did step on the stage that night, and we're Fadetoblaq now.
Terry, tell us about that.
Well, like Zach was saying, we was at the Cellar. We were just hanging out, having some drinks. We came up with a few names. There was some really bad ones. We was asking the bartender about a few names. There was one moment where it was us three originally, and one of the names was Oreo, but obviously that was not going to work.
It was a little not PC.
That was not going to work. It was not going to be
PC.
PC on a multitude of levels. So, but we wanted to stay with that kind of theme, So I just uttered out Fadetoblaq. The guys dug it. The rest is history. Not intentionally. I think our thing is to try to create an atmosphere where everyone feels welcomed.
And we try not to stick ourselves in a genre. I know people try to say that we're a hip-hop group, or we're this group, or we're that group. We call ourselves an improv group just because improv gives us a chance to mesh together what we all bring to the table individually as musicians, and then together as a group. With Silas being from the rock / jazz / blues background, Bill being from a blues legend family, Zach being from the rock background, Charles from the jazz, me from the hip hop, Bill from the hip hop. All of that, and the funk, we all bring that. So all that merged together is kind of what Fadetoblaq is. We don't want people to think it's a racial thing. It's a musical thing that we're trying to take all genres and mash it into one thing.
Or like a racing race.
Right.
And just considering with Zach here that we're not trying to create no puns.
Right.
Fadetoblaq, and there's no puns or nothing like that. So just let that be known.
I don't know what kind of. I don't like to be pigeonholed. I've definitely played in a jazz band before, but then again, I've also played in Oxford. I played in a Dave Matthews cover band, and that's totally not jazz in my mind, at least. Right. And everything from blues to. I played with the Cooters this past year, and that is definitely not jazz. Yeah.
What was that experience?
That was awesome. There was a show at Roosters, and I had to go out to their warehouse, their secret warehouse, and practice up a couple songs. And then when he got there, it was like, the Cooters show. If you've ever heard the Cooters, you know the Cooters. It was like a wall of sound right here, and I'm over here just hoping that someone heard me somewhere, and it was fun. It was like high energy, and I like it. Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Every last one of us, with the exception of BS, has played with Cadillac. He's a good friend. He's thrown a lot of gigs our way.
He
Big
brought a
ups.
lot of good musicians together. That's when me and him first started playing.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Yeah. On rehearsals.
This
I
guy.
called Zach to play with the books like a bunch of times besides reading books, and he would never show up. So I always have to sneak into a Cadillac Funk gig, get the jam with him.
Yeah, hip hop is not really a big genre as far as where we play at it, especially on the square, and so it's kind of hard for me to ever find a group to just fit into. So I'm glad to be a part of this. I mean, I've been able to jump in with the books before. They have a good vibe to jump in with that sound, and I mean, the trio has some good riffs that I could jump in on that. Zachariah on his solo tip has some good songs I could jump into. But as far as hip hop breaking ground on the square, I feel like, I mean, this is the avenue to do it through. With having these great musicians behind me and their diverse background, you know, like I said, bringing all that together is what we have, and I'm glad to be a part of it.
We all got history with each other. I mean, Charles's first gig was through my situation.
A decade
I
ago.
think Silas even sat in for the first time on the square through one of my situations.
Yeah.
Me
Up
and
there at the
Zach have,
library.
yeah, the library. Me and Zach have been thumping around with ideas. We would just kind of run into each other in passing and be like, man, would it be cool if we were in the same group? Yeah, okay. And then we just kind of keep going. This particular time, I guess we stopped and actually talked to each other.
We were coming from a DeFil.
We were coming from a
the
Dufield to
sing
sing,
and
and me and Charles
rehearsal.
were. We were rehearsing for a Halloween show. Technically, we started October 30th, 2012. And we were rehearsing the night before for a Dufield, Anna Donnell and Tiffany Gamel's project.
And we ran into
And
Zach.
then we ran into Zach, who was around the square, and we just, like I say, went to have a drink. And the rest is history. We just recorded our first single. It's called I Ain't Got That Money Yet. And we're an improv band for the most part. Like, we create our stuff on the spot, but this is the one song that stuck out with us. Silas came up with a cool hook. D came up with a cool rap. We laid the music. The rest is history, kind of thing.
Yeah, we have about at least 114 songs total right
Sneak
now.
out every show.
That are
And
based
that's for
on
real,
all of our
though, like,
shows. Yeah, we have about 114 songs. So out of that, we're slowly putting together an album out of that.
It's really kind of interesting how, like, as far as song titles and like the composition of it, we have to go back and listen to our music to be like, hold up, wait, I really like that song. We should do this and actually record it and do it like
Yeah, right.
a professional sound.
So we will have an album coming soon. Besides our live albums, we've got 2 cut right now, and we'll probably be cutting at least 20 more soon. So.
Hi, I'm Silas Reed IV.
I'm Zachariah Lloyd Tillotson.
I'm Bill Perry Jr.
Charles Roy Washington III.
And I'm Demetrius Brown, aka Heck for Show, and this has been our Oxford session.
We are Fadetoblaq.
We are Fadetoblaq.
We are Fade to Black.
Hi.